now. Yes, sir. Uh, I was gonna say something else though, and then I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I'm recording downstairs now because the internet runs a lot smoother. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I see the different background. Yep.
yeah, yeah. No, this is not a that green screen thing.
I was
Yeah.
I was thinking about going up in my office, and it might sound better, might be a better setup, but this is working for now.
That's where I was at, and it was just the internet. I mean, it's just I don't know. I'm not gonna blast out any internet companies here, but
We know who it is.
yeah, I'm struggling. I'm struggling. It's okay. It is what it is. Down here, it works super fast. I, yeah. Anyways, I'll talk to you about it afterwards. Anyways, what up? What up? We back for another week and another episode of the Rick and Jordy podcast. I'm one half of your host, Jordy.
And I'm the other half of the host, Rick.
Yeah, and then today we're gonna get into I think week one actually we were talking about like time and stuff like that, but then we kind of like segue a bit into like dreams and stuff like that, and like mainly like deja vu and stuff like that. But that wasn't really the topic, and we said we'll just kind of pick back up on that probably later. And so
Mhm.
actually we're gonna pick up on that today, uh, and talk about dreaming and what it is, and or research what it is, because we don't know. I don't think anybody really knows. Hey, do you have any like reoccurring dreams? Because I have one, but I want you to go first because I don't want to spend too much time on me talking. But
So,
yeah, go ahead.
as an adult, any reoccurring dreams?
No, just in general that like
Oh, in general,
even from as
like,
a kid that you just remembered vividly that it's like over and over and over again.
yeah, yeah. I had one where I have no clue why, but it was at in Omaha. It was when it was technically the second house I lived in or whatever.
Mhm.
So it was anywhere between I was younger than 11, younger than 11 years old. So the dream was that I would always be playing at the park down the street, big park, just be playing at the park with friends.
Mhm.
Um, the sky would turn red, and then there would be like a invasion of, I want to say it was vampires. Pretty sure it was vampires. And so like I will always be at the park when this would happen, and I will always end up like running up the street home, inside, uh yelling to my mama or whatever, and then hiding. That's really all I remember about the dream. But I know I had that dream multiple times.
Multiple times. Like
Yep.
when you say multiple times, like how do you know like how frequent at all, or do you recall how frequent?
I don't know how frequent, but I know that dream woke me up enough. Like that dream woke me up, and I would always go in my parents' room and sleep in my parents' room with them. Um,
Uh,
so,
how
so
old are
I,
you? 27?
huh? That's why I prefaced it with younger than 11.
Younger than 11? No, 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 no.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It had to be before 2001. Um,
2001. My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
but yeah, so I don't know. I would say I know at least 4 times, bro. I don't know the frequency or how often,
Mm.
but I know it was multiple times where I went in and slept on the floor in my parents' room.
Did you ever try to like figure out or like try to figure out what it meant or anything?
No, I didn't. I never figure out or tried to figure out what it meant, but I remember talking about it and telling my parents that is like it's the same dream that I had before
Mm.
or whatever, and that's what made me scared. But yeah, I never tried to dig deep into it or anything like that. I was just hoping I didn't have it again, have the same dream. To be honest.
No, hey. So because I asked that question because I had this reoccurring dream, mainly in a kind of like adulthood, like that, like older teen, young 20s, early teen, I mean late teens, early 20s, probably ish.
Yeah.
And then I think even up to like probably about 25 years old or something, but I haven't had this dream since. But it was the same, it was always like the same like setting or well it end up anyways it would be like this and it was like randomly throughout this time frame, right? But I would always start out like somewhere random, right?
Okay.
And one that I remember, one starting spot that I remember was like I was coming out of like a cave, and it would kind of remind me like kind of like Call of Duty type stuff. Like I'm kind of coming out of a cave, and I'm got like an assault weapon. I don't even mess with guns, so it's already a dream.
Yeah.
But like I had an assault weapon, but then like I'm making my way like kind of like down this like this canyon or hill or whatever that you do. But then there's like this lab. Like I go through this door and there's like a lab. And in the lab, there's always something different. It's like it's either
Mm.
I think one time it might have been, I don't know if it was no, it wasn't vampires. It was witches. It was witches. It was witches one time, and another time it was like zombies, and another time it was like just monsters. But it's always like some type of random monsters, not always the same monster. The witches was a couple of times because I remember one that it shook me, but because something happened at the end that normally doesn't happen. But anyways, it was like I make my way through this lab and like these monsters are breaking out, they're trying to get me and stuff, but then I always end up the feeling is it's the house that I grew up in, right?
Okay.
But nothing looks like the house I grew up in. But it all feels like it because I always make my way and then I always run all the way to this back room and it's a bedroom and then there's nothing in this room except there's a closet. I open up the door and go inside this closet and there's like clothes laying on the floor and stuff like that and hanging up. And I always push the clothes off the floor because like I know that there's a chute there, like there's a latch, and I go down this
Yeah.
chute and I slide down there, and I go and I end up in the garage. All right. Again, this all none of it looks like the house I grew up in, but it feels like the house I grew up in because I know
Okay.
it so well. And I go out the garage and I go out to the backyard, and the backyard is exactly how, except I make a turn a corner, and then the backyard is exactly the backyard that I grew up in my house, my childhood home. And I run in this backyard, but it's like it leads to like a concrete road, and I always run off. But this time with the witches, doggone witches, I look back and they were still chasing me. Normally, ain't nobody behind me. Like I'm scot free. Like all I have to do is hop this fence, and then I hit that road, and then I wake up every single time. But I turned around this one time, and they was like flying towards me. I was like, I'm booking. But each time though, the weird thing about this dream was each time that that tunnel gets smaller and smaller every single time. Like
Okay.
first dream is huge, and I just slide right down. And by the last time I had this dream, it's so tight, almost like I got stuck in there. And I don't like small spaces, so like
Okay.
I was really like freaking out because I'm stuck in there, and I finally like somehow squeeze through and get to the garage and make my way out, and I'm out of there. But then I didn't have the dream anymore after that. I don't know what that dream meant. Like we had to talk about the deja vu one, but
Yeah.
I don't know what that dream meant. I just kept having it for a long time, and it was weird. Wasn't
Okay.
wasn't always necessarily scary, except for that one time, but it was always weird. You know what I mean?
That that is weird. And you said you had it as an adult. Do you like
Yeah, like late teens through my
like teens?
early 20s, through my early 20s. Probably the last time I had it, I might have been like 25.
Okay. Okay. You ever had it when we was in school
Yeah.
at Iowa State? You did?
Mhm. I had another type of dream, and well, it wasn't a dream, it was real. But we'll get to that in a second though. But
Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. Huh. And there was monsters always chasing you.
it was always some type of monster. It'd be like a
Street
monster,
got
a
smaller and
zombie,
smaller. Yeah.
witch, something random, some type of experiment that they was doing. Like there was never any other like real people in this dream. Well, at the beginning there might be sometimes, not all the time. But once I hit that lab,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a free for all.
Huh.
It's a free for all.
And did you ever try to figure out what it meant or anything like that?
I did. I told it to one of to one of my buddies before, and he was like, because he said he likes dreams and stuff like that, and like try to figure them out and stuff like that. And he was
Uh-huh.
like, I forgot was it what he thought, his interpretation of it was what he thought it was, but it actually made a lot more sense than anything that I could think of because I was like, I don't know,
Yeah.
you know.
Huh.
But yeah, it's it's a fascinating thing 'cause, like I was watching videos on like dreams and stuff like that and how like they're nobody really knows what it is, but they always they study it. They study like brain waves and stuff like that while people are sleeping and stuff like that. And see,
Right.
you know, but it seems like stuff that happens in a dream is like hours long, but then you wake up and it's only been like a couple of minutes. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I don't know. It's just a weird thing. But the side note that I was gonna say about the while we was at Iowa State, uh twice it happened to me. I had sleep paralysis. Have you ever had that?
Hmm. No, not that I recall. No, so
Okay.
I would say no, but I
You,
know
you
what it is.
you know what it is. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
For those of you that don't know what sleep paralysis is, terrifying. I won't read the actual definition. I'll tell you what it is just because I had it twice. It ain't fun. Basically, it's like this. You in the middle of your, like, I guess it's your REM sleep of where you're supposed to be where you're in a dream state. You're in the middle of that part, but for whatever reason, your body wakes up. Or no, not your body, excuse me. You wake up, like you can see and you're conscious of everything that's going on. Like it's real. It's real. Like, so you're waking up. Like, this is what happened with me. I'm laying in the bed. I open my eyes and I'm just looking around the room. uh I can't move though. Like, I'm trying to, like, move my hands.
yeah,
I'm trying to open my mouth so I can scream, to get people's attention in the apartment, because we in an apartment, and to get people's attention in the apartment. I can't do none of that. And I'm just like, but I'm fully aware of everything that's going on around me. And it's like, it's the worst feeling because you're not in control of nothing at that point. And
yeah,
I'm a man of faith. So I had to say a prayer, bro, because I was terrified. It happened twice too. But the first time it happened, it lasted for a while. It was like I was
that's
laying
what I was
for a
going
good
to
two
ask.
to 3 minutes. Yeah, it was like 2 to 3 minutes. And that's a long time to lay there and not be able to
Not
move.
be able to move. Yeah,
The
yeah,
second
for
time, it was
real.
like 30 seconds or so. I was like, "Mm." And then I was like, all right, let me just take a deep breath, pray. And then I was good. But that first time, it was like 2 to 3 minutes of just laying there, eyes wide open. Can't even
Damn,
turn your
bro.
head, bro. You can't turn your head. You can only see what's in front of you. It's terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Now, it wasn't to the extent of like some of the other stories, like people say they be seeing stuff, like, I ain't gonna say
Oh
what they
yeah,
be seeing stuff. I don't want to put that out there, but
yeah.
yeah.
I heard about that too. No, I never experienced. I've never waken up and been scared like that, in that way. I've waken up and like I've hallucinated something.
Mhm.
Um, and that actually made me scream out loud. And it was a weird experience because I was at a summer camp.
Mhm.
I was at asthma camp. So it was
Wait, hold on, wait. There's a camp for that?
it was a camp for asthma. All the kids had asthma. They knew all your medicine. They knew your schedule when you had to take the medicine. Um a lot of kids have allergies too, because I had allergies. So hella kids. It was just a whole bunch of little sick kids for real. And I remember I couldn't swim. So that's what made me wanna learn how to swim because I couldn't go down the water slide or jump off the diving board. Um I think I went 2 summers. It was with my best friend at the time. Yep, 1 or 2. But yeah, that was a blast. Um, it was like first going into second grade. I remember that. Maybe second
did,
going.
did all the activities just take your breath away?
Inhalers on deck. Hell yeah. Well, yeah,
Oh my
man.
goodness.
So, anyways, we were in the bunks, right? And it was pitch black. So I woke up and was I don't think I was paralyzed, but I woke up and I remember I saw like a face of a woman that was from I want to say it was like Are You Afraid of the Dark or some type of show like that. And there
Mhm.
was just multiple of them lining down the side of my bunk, and that's all I saw. And so I woke up and like I looked, and then it didn't go away. And so that's when I screamed. And I screamed. The counselor, he was outside the door doing whatever. He came inside, and I woke everybody in the cabin up, low key, like real talk. I woke everybody up. They're like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And he like came over to the side. He's like, "You good? You good?" I was like, "Yeah, I just saw something." And yeah, that has never left me. That it was a short experience, but that's
Yeah.
never left me. That was weird. It was super weird.
That,
Um,
That would be absolutely terrifying because y'all out in the woods too, then, huh?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. Yep, yep. So I don't know. I don't know what that meant. I don't know if that had any type of meaning or anything like that. But I mean, I tell it when I talk about dreams and stuff like that, when I have actual conversations. But yeah, I haven't. I don't know if I told my parents about that or anything like that.
Wait, you didn't tell them about that?
I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember back then if I had told them about that so long ago. So
'Cause, side note, camping in the woods never been a thing of mine.
yeah, me neither. Me neither. But
Too much can go wrong.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
my whole thing is like we evolved to, you know, having homes and things like that with air conditioning. No, I don't want to go back to that. Like I'm okay. Like
How did we have air conditioning? I can't remember. But yeah, it was it was a shack with bunk beds in it in a
yes,
bathroom. Yeah, yeah.
that ain't. I've been to a camp one time like that, and I didn't go to sleep.
For real.
It was just like an overnight. Like it was in high school. It was like for like
Okay.
a like some type of scholars thing or whatever. But it was like an overnight thing, you know, like a Friday, Saturday, you leave
Yeah.
Saturday. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
that type thing. Bro, I was awake the whole night. I'm like, y'all tripping. Y'all think I'm about to sleep. It's a cabin, and you got like, I don't know, it's like five dudes in the cabin.
Oh,
And you know, it's
yeah, I did something like
cold.
that in high
Yeah.
school too.
Yeah. I'm like, man, I'm coming from this middle class house, and you sticking me in a cabin and think I'm about to nah.
Die with it. Yeah, it wasn't
Bro,
cool.
I had on. I remember. I still remember like it was yesterday. I had on my had on like a hoodie or something, my jeans. I had my hands inside my jeans because I was cold, and I just laid on the bed like this, like I was sitting on it and laid on the side like this. I'm like, I'm not going to sleep here. I stayed up the whole time.
Man, I shoot, forget that. I every time I went inside my sleeping bag, like whenever I was at it, like in high school and when I was a kid, like I would go inside my sleeping bag, cover myself up like a cocoon, and I'll be straight.
I ain't
I'll be
playing with that, man.
straight.
But so I wanted to talk about dreams because I was telling you I sent you the video,
Yep.
um, and in the video they were specifically talking about like lucid dreams, and like we talk and people actually train to do that. I'm too scared to do that type of stuff though because I don't I don't fully understand it. But lucid dreaming is basically for those that don't know, you can always look it up as well. You long story short, you can control your dreams. So you know you're dreaming, like you're in your dream, you're conscious of it being in your dream, and you can actually control everything that's happening because you're aware of it. So you can create a building, you can actually you know that you're in control of your body, you know that everything around you not real. Side note, there was a story they said that if you're lucid dreaming and you run into somebody in your dream and you tell them that they're not real, you should never do that. I don't know why. I just heard somebody say in the video. I ain't even gonna play with it because I don't know what all that stuff is.
Yeah.
But there was I guess there's like studies on lucid dreaming and that it's a stronger exercise than like just visualization for like for example for like athletes if they're training. And so I got it wrong. It wasn't that there was like muscle growth. What it does is it preps your mind to actually do the workouts. So like
Okay.
if you're working out, and you go to sleep and you're able to be one of those people that can lucid dream and you dream about your workouts that you're going to do and you do the exercise like that, like if you're a runner and you go and run, then the workout becomes easier because you've developed something or you've made some type of neurological connections or something like that that have told your brain that you've been doing this already. And so when you go and do that exercise, it becomes easier. So I got that wrong. I think I read through too fast or whatever, but that's what it was. I had to go back and look it up. But
Okay. Okay.
why?
But still, so it's powerful enough where it's not like okay, it was just a dream. It's like it's active dreaming, pretty
Mhm.
much. It's really active. Like even though your body is not moving, like you said, the fast twitch muscles or whatever. There's a connection. There's brain mind muscle connection.
Yep.
And so okay, so that makes sense. That it would. in turn, like when you're awake and conscious, that it's just instant like that, and then you'll see results or whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So and it works for pretty much the way they make it sound. Like I said, it's still studies on it. There's no like fact, but it works for pretty much anything. It's like if you want to learn a foreign language, you want to learn any type of new skill. It's just like, all right, like I want to learn Spanish, right? So if I'm able to lucid dream and I'm practicing Spanish in my dream, then there's gonna be these connections being made in my brain that's telling me that I've been using this, this vocabulary. I'm understanding it, and what I'm saying. So when I wake up, I would have increased that skill while I was asleep. It's not to say that I'm gonna wake up and speak fluid Spanish, but the ability to learn it is going to be easier now because I've been practicing on it while I was asleep. And supposedly you still get full sleep even though you're like training
Yeah,
because
you're
you're
true.
still not awake. Your body's still doing its thing, but you're still training.
Are you are you in the REM cycle when you're in that state? It's the
I'm
REM
under
cycle.
the I'm under the impression you are.
Okay, so that's the deepest level of sleep that you get to, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm under the impression the way it sounded like you still go through all your normal progress of like of sleep. It's just like now you're actually aware of it. And then like there's a whole list of things that you can do to train it to where you can get to that point to where you can do it. Cause like there are people that actually just that's how they sleep. Like they do that.
Yeah.
And that's how they
Huh.
say you work when you sleep. So
Okay. Okay. Um, from yeah, from what I saw, I one of the ways was like to wake yourself up like 5 hours after you've been asleep,
mhm.
stay up for 20 to 60 minutes, and then immediately go back to sleep after that. You're
Yep.
supposed to fall back. You're supposed to immediately fall back in your REM cycle,
Mhm.
but your consciousness or your mind is still active from being up for those that 20 minutes to an hour, and it's supposed to allow you to do, I guess, do the lucid dream or
Yeah.
whatever. And I thought that was super interesting. I was like, that's like the most honestly the most logical approach that I've ever heard to trying inner lucid dreaming or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh, that's interesting. But yeah, I was like, I don't think I don't want to wake myself up and sit there for 60 minutes and then fall back asleep. That's just me because I'm trying, yeah, I'm going to work and all that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it's I don't know. It
I think it's beneficial if you're in a certain field. Like I said, like if you're like an athlete, maybe you're maybe you're in the entertainment industry of some
yeah,
kind, so like
yeah.
music, acting, whatever it may be. I think like if you're doing those things where you have to like everything that you do is like repetition. So like in
Mhm.
basketball, football, like if you're a quarterback, you have like these repetitive like these plays that you're learning. In basketball, the way that you shoot the ball, or music, you rapping or singing, or whatever it may be. Like I think it's good for those. It probably could be beneficial for those type of people that that's all they do because
Yeah,
I think then you can actually train that part of your brain to do it. You know what I mean? And it will help, but like that, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's something like the everyday person is gonna be thinking about doing. You know
right,
what I mean? Because
right.
like you got a nine to
Yeah.
five. Like the last thing I'm thinking about when I get out of work is like, man, let me get my brain ready to do this dreaming. Like I'm about to go to
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah,
Sleep.
for real. Let me chill. Let
Yeah.
my brain chill.
Turn on this episode of The Office and go to sleep.
Yeah, for real, for real.
You're not trying to go to work.
Do I wonder how common it is
Uh,
in like professional like
that's a
sports
good.
fields or something like that.
Let's look that up. Let's
Since
see
they have enough studies on it.
percentage of people that
But
lucid.
yeah, I remember when I first learned about lucid dreaming, I think it was probably was back in college, to be honest. I thought it sounded dope. I was like flying everywhere and doing whatever you want in your dream sounds dope. It's like, but honestly, I haven't remembered a dream in so dang long. It's actually kind of wild.
Okay, so it says surveys show that roughly 55% of adults have experienced at least one lucid dream during their lifetime, and 23% of people experience lucid dreams at least once per month. Once per
Hmm,
month, goodness.
dang.
Some research has pointed to potential benefits of lucid dreaming, such as treatment for nightmares. So I guess yeah, if you can control your dreams, then there's no reason for you to have nightmares, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me
All
see.
happy, fun stuff.
Right. Dreaming about I only have this mansion with a lot of money. Uh, it says some participants found as much as 42% increase in their ability to lucid dream compared to self-reports from last week. Oh, this is like a I wonder what fields. Let me see. Population percent of population.
From what I heard, also the kids lucid dream a lot, pretty
Oh yeah.
often.
It would
Children,
it kind of makes sense because like they don't I don't know like
their
um,
perception of the world is really not formed in that way. Like,
yeah I feel like
and
they
their
got
imagination is just that's what it is. It's like, yeah, their perception of the world is so
yeah
small or whatever, is that their imagination can take over. It seems like
you got a lot more mind
really,
space to be able to do that because adult
yeah,
there's so much stuff going on throughout the day you ain't got time to even think about nothing like that.
yeah. Or you'll be like, this ain't real. That can't be true. That can't happen. Stuff
Right.
like that.
Just trying to go with the flow at that point.
Mhm.
That's it's actually wild though because like I think about like all right I think about like a movie I like movies so I think about a movie like Inception and like
Yeah,
because
inception. Yep.
I guess technically well I mean I guess they're not lucid well
No, I
I
mean
guess
they're asleep, right?
yeah they are asleep so there's one person that's lucid dreaming and the other person is like just dreaming but they're like
Yeah.
aren't they like I haven't seen a movie in such a long time but basically they're like doing these subconscious things to hey that makes me think. Hey, as weird as it may sound, do you think that something like that is like not on the scale of the movie, but like it's got to be possible, right? Like you can influence people through their dreams.
I'm
Could you
by like
possibly do
playing
that?
outside noise. I mean, I've heard stuff in my sleep, like I'm sleeping and I can actually hear what's going on.
Yeah,
So I can, yeah, I don't see why not.
I guess in theory, TV does that.
Yeah, yeah,
My mama used to always turn off like I used to watch like horror movies before I go to bed, and she always turn them off when I fall asleep. Like you don't need to
yeah.
listen to that while you sleeping. So I guess in theory, yeah, right.
uh,
That could be a form because like if you're taking in that information while you're sleeping and then you start having these dreams, you know, like because I've had dreams about certain movies, like I'd be in the movie and I just got finished watching it.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. 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 I remember that's how it was a lot when I was younger. Like I would watch a movie or something like that. Horror movies for real. Like I would have, I would, I wouldn't say I have nightmares a lot, but sometimes. But yeah, horror movies would initiate dreaming and that type of stuff too.
Okay, question:
So
if you were an expert lucid dreamer, and if the data is correct, the studies are correct that it improves your abilities to you know whatever skill sets. What is one thing that you would practice over and over again, or you would try to get better at?
dang. So I mean, one thing I would try speaking another language for sure.
Speaking
For
another
sure. I
language.
know that would be up on the top of the list. Since I like since, since I like working out, I was like, that would be dope. Have a better mind muscle connection. I wouldn't be mad at that, or have like if it were possible, like dream that I'm working out, getting a heavy ass session in.
So you
Hey,
go
the
you
pump.
dream about lifting weights?
Yep, I'm gonna lift weights and then dream about lifting weights. Um, and then I was like, I'll dream about yeah, lifting weights and practicing posing. So yeah, that definitely those two, or those three. So, but yeah, learning a different language that will be up there.
I feel like I would I feel like I would say the same thing. It's just like learn another language, but I'll probably learn some like random language just because like I'm like, oh man, I can do this. I'll probably try to learn. I don't know. I ain't gonna say no random languages because I don't know what, but
Yeah.
I would
I
probably try to learn some random language. And then I feel like I would do that for like a week and then I'll start doing some more. I'm like, nah, let me see what it's like to fly or something like that. You know what I'm
Heck
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I would start with that, to be honest. I would
Start
start with
flying
all
around.
the fun stuff. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
start with the fun stuff. So I would what? Fly. I would probably swim in the ocean, like scuba dive.
low key.
Yeah, stuff
Oh,
like that.
hey, low key, I'll create a fire world inside my head.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna be a
Man,
superhero, bro.
we'll be in our own servers and stuff.
Hey, hey, see, look, okay, that's what okay, you know how it's always that theory of like, you know, I don't believe in this, but it's always a theory that we live in a simulation.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
what if it's just like that though? Like, all right,
Yep.
in a simulation, and then when we go to sleep, that's us creating a simulation inside of a
Mhm.
simulation. And it's just like
Inside.
it's Inception. We just keep
Yep.
creating. No,
Yep. Inception.
that'd be wild. That'd be wild.
Yep. No. Shoot, snowboarding, that would be a big one. That would be a big one for me too.
I don't
Hitting
know how
those
you got into snowboarding. That seems
hitting
terrifying.
those jumps. It's fun, bro. It's the adrenaline rush. I think that's what keeps me going back. It's that adrenaline.
Yeah.
So, but you say you will learn a language.
Mhm. That's all I could think of doing, really.
What
Learn a language, maybe learn multiple languages.
mm,
I would say work out, but like I said, I probably even in my dreams, I'd probably be like, I'm cool.
yeah,
I be working out now, but then like, as soon as I get, something sidetracks me, I get sidetracked easily. So,
yeah.
I gotta, I don't know. I feel like even in my dream, because it's still my brain at the end of the day. Like,
Hmm.
I guess I would have to tell myself, nah, like your brain doesn't do that in here.
Right, right.
That if it works like that, but I feel like I would still get sidetracked and be like, I want to go do something else.
That's fair. That's fair. I know
I'll be
how.
I'll be in the NBA.
NBA.
Yeah,
I was thinking about that. I was like, would you play in an NBA game or something like that?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I guess I would train my brain to get back into the mind state of learning, like help accelerate that.
mhm,
So get like back into that mind state of absorbing and comprehending like quickly and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah, just because I think that's important to me. I want my brain to always be stimulated, so I would use it for that purpose as well.
yeah,
For that purpose as well. Yeah. No.
yeah. No,
So
I, I think if it comes down to it, oh, I heard this too. Sorry, I got sidetracked. See, I got sidetracked. Uh, I heard this too. Like people think that, like some people think that dreams are like, or I guess I don't know if it's like just dreams in particular or lucid dreams where people like they think that's a way for them to be like kind of like insidious where the dude like the
uh,
kids like going to like other places and stuff like that. Like it's a way to because like somebody I remember somebody saying like, what if it was like while you're asleep and you're dreaming, you're actually living a life as another person, and then when that person goes to sleep, you wake up and be yourself again, and like you know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
Like if it's like that, but because like in your dreams you can be you know that you're you, but you can be somebody else. You know,
right,
but it's like random. I don't know that it always works like that. Like you're yourself, but it's like I don't look like me.
yeah. That's almost like an alternate universe as
Yeah,
well. It's like traveling back and forth via sleep.
yeah, yeah. Because like in real life, and well, really like in real life and in my dreams, they always tell me I look like The Rock. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm like, chill.
What
Huh?
what features? What features?
What you mean with features? Like I got hair. That's what
Muscles
they
or
like.
height?
No, they say like I'm The Rock with hair.
Oh, okay,
That's the
okay.
only that's the only difference. Oh, and then I wear glasses.
Got you. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
But that'd be like in real life and in dreams. So like sometimes in my dreams I don't look like The Rock.
Okay. Okay. Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Dwayne. Call me Dwayne.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Um,
man, no,
but
seriously,
no,
seriously.
no, that's cool.
But yeah,
Uh,
um,
so
yeah, go ahead.
like, if you ever find yourself lucid dreaming, would you be mad? Would you like? Would it freak you out?
Yeah, it would that absolutely freak me out. I don't I don't think I'd be mad about it. I you know,
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about it either. Like I said, I haven't dreamed it or I don't remember my dreams, so it would definitely freak me out.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Hey, well, that's our time. We're running out. We're running out. We're gonna have to get back on it. Might have to pick this back up, depending. But we'll check back in with you next week. We'll be out. Peace.
All right, peace.